The Premier League comes back in 2 months' time, guys. And we already have the fixtures out for all 20 teams playing in the 2025-26 season. Hello everyone, welcome to the Josh JWP channel, the first ever video on this channel. Now, as you guys may know, I do another channel called Josh Oates, which is my gaming channel, which is already on 249 subscribers. So thank you guys for that if you subscribed over there. But this channel is going to be a lot different. I'm going to be doing football content based around English football on the top two tiers. So I'm going to be doing Premier League and EFL Championship. Now in July, I may be confirming in July, mid-July, I may be doing Spanish football as well, La Liga Santander, but I'm probably just going to do like only La Liga predictions for them. But that's not confirmed yet though, but that's a potential. But for definite, it's definitely going to be Premier League and EFL Championship videos. So before I get into today's video, I'm going to explain what is going to be happening on today on this channel. So on this football content channel, guys, on the Josh JWP channel, on this channel, you guys will see me do match day predictions across the Premier League and the EFL Championship and the La Liga if that does come into this channel. You'll see live stream watch-alongs from me when I watch the game, and then you'll see me do like emotions and that on how I react to the game. Also talking to you guys as well during live streams. I will be doing vlogs for my hometown club, which I'm in Leeds. I'm a Leeds United supporter. And it's also my first time going to be experiencing VAR atmosphere as well. I've been to Elland before, but only in the Championship, but it's my first time in Premier League when I go. And then I'm going to talk about updates across the teams in the top two tier, signings, managers, etc, etc. But we're going to get into today's video, guys. In today's video, I will be giving you my early 2025-2026 early Premier League predictions. Now, this prediction right here is going to be where all the teams are going to finish from what I think. So I'm going to be saying, where do I think the teams are going to finish at the very end of May 2026. So we are going to dive into the video. So as you can see here, guys, I've now got my table right here. So I've got champions, the Europe spot, which is 2nd to 7th. We've got just above mid-table to 14th, so 8th to 14th, 15th to 17th, and then teams that are relegated going down. Now, let's make a start, guys. The team that has really impressed me this year, well, I've got two teams I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with Newcastle first. Newcastle has been amazing this year. 7 long decades without a trophy. Can you believe that? 70 years without a trophy for Newcastle. And they've got what they needed. Beating Liverpool at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. I'm absolutely amazed with the Newcastle fans. Share your thoughts, Newcastle fans. Europe for me, definitely for Newcastle for next season. Europe. Question is, where? Champions League or Europe? You know, Europa League. With the form they're in, for me, Champions League. I think they'll go Champions League again. Maybe 3rd or 4th. I'm going to put Newcastle in 4th. I think Newcastle will do the same as what they did last year. You know, go up again, finish 4th, finish 3rd, whatever. And then get Champions League again. So I'm going 4th for Newcastle. The concerning thing is, though, is Nick Pope's future. He wants to stay at Newcastle, which I guess he wants to do it, which is fine. But apparently he's been linked to a move to Leeds United, but there's no confirmation on that yet. That's a link. He's been linked with a move to Leeds United, but that's not confirmed yet. They haven't signed anyone yet at the time of this recording, but they are interested in James Trafford from Burnley for 30 mil, but Burnley want 40 mil, and Newcastle don't want to pay that much. They just want to pay the 30 mil, which is business between Newcastle and Burnley. But we'll get onto Burnley in a bit. But yeah, I'm having Newcastle finishing in 4th place this season, and so it's all in text, guys, because of copyright claims and that, you know, copyright stuff. But next we are going to move on to Crystal Palace, another brilliant team. First win in the FA Cup and first trophy as well when they won the FA Cup. I'm absolutely pleased. It's hard to say when they're going to finish because they usually finish in the bottom half around 11th or 12th. Now, I don't know where they're going to finish now because they have been incredible. Can they get Europe? I don't know. With the form they're in, it's average. I don't know. I think they'll get top 10, but probably on the edge of 10th. Yes, I'm going to have Crystal Palace in 10th. I think Crystal Palace may miss out on Europe by a few points, depending on where 8th and 9th finish and how many points they get. So I'm going to have Crystal Palace in 10th place for my own prediction. Share your predictions down below on where you think the teams will finish at the end of May. Next, guys, let's go. I'm going to go Everton. Might as well go Everton. Now, people will be thinking, hey, Everton should have gone down. Well, they could have done in 2023. They could have done. If it wasn't for that, if it was for that point deduction, Leicester City would have survived. So yeah, clearly Everton should have gone down that season, but they were just too lucky to stay up. Now, you'd be thinking, I know some fans will be thinking, yeah, Everton are still going to get relegated. I don't see that anymore. So, but for me, Leicester City should have not got relegated in 2023. They shouldn't have. And that's a big worry, is that. But let's focus on Everton. Everton are average as well with performance. They have Leeds United on their first home match away at Elland Road, which is a Monday night football kickoff. But we'll get on to Leeds United very soon, the team I support. Everton, I'm going to put them in 8th to 14th. I think 14th. I think Everton will go 14th this season. Do the same, because they finished in 13th last season and they got... They've got a player from Leeds United on loan, which is Jack Harrison, but he's now coming back to Leeds. But I don't know what his future is at the moment with Leeds, even though he's got 3 years left on his contract. Because Jack Harrison's contract isn't running out until 2028. Because he signed an extension in 2023 on the season Leeds United got relegated and finished in 19th. But yeah, Everton in 14th for me. The next team I want to talk about... let's go with West Ham. West Ham are very concerning right now. They were looking like going down to the Championship with the performance they were in. They did get some win. They did get the wins in though, which they needed to stay up. I think it's going to be concerning. They've got Graham Potter, who is a good manager, but it's very concerning on how they're playing at the moment. Especially if they're playing at a massive ground of 60,000 capacity. But the players aren't top-notch level though. Some of them are, but some aren't. But the way they're playing is not good. Defense is awful. That's awful. West Ham, either 15th to 17th for relegation. Remember what I said, guys. Share your thoughts. And if you disagree with this, tell me. And say where you think your team will finish. I'm going to have West Ham down as relegation for me. Because the way they have played has been unbelievable. But I'm not going to have them relegated in 19th or 20th. I'm going to say 18th for West Ham for this reason. Which is not promising from West Ham, isn't it? Yeah, West Ham's defence is very concerning at the moment. Last 2 seasons especially. The season when they finished in 9th conceded 74 goals, which is awkward, is that? Especially finishing in the top 10. Despite scoring 60 though, but conceding 74, there's no need. Let's go with Arsenal. I see Arsenal bottling Premier League again, to be honest with you. That's 3 seasons in a row they've bottled champion spot. 3 seasons in a row. The thing that they need is a striker. They need a striker. That is what they need. They need a new striker to Arsenal. But not been confirmed yet with their signing business and that, transfer window. But they do need to get a new striker. The defence is average as well, but it goes well below average. But I'm gonna have Arsenal in second, where they usually finish now. For the past 3 years, it might happen again, might not. Champion spot, I'm gonna put Liverpool there because Liverpool are just unstoppable. They've always been unstoppable since it even existed. They've always been one of the top 3 hardest teams in the Premier League. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City are the top 3 hardest teams in the Premier League, in my opinion. They're the top 3 hardest teams. But yeah, I'm having Liverpool as champions again because you know they've got the new manager Arne Slot, who is incredible, and he's outrun every single Premier League team except Nottingham Forest. So give credit to Forest for that. And because I mentioned Nottingham Forest, let's go with them next. Well, congratulations to Nottingham Forest for finishing in the top 7, finishing Europe. But I don't know what's happened there. You know, they were fighting for Champions League. They were in third for the majority of the season, but near the end, they've collapsed and ended up finishing in 7th. Nottingham Forest, I'm going to probably say 8th or 9th. With the current form they're in, I am not sure if they're going to get Europe. I'm going to put Nottingham Forest in 8th place. Because I think there's going to be times where they may slip again. You know, there's like a time where it gets too much for players that they're not able to hang on because you know they've got so many games in space like 3 days. You know, 3 days to a week, which is another reason. Right, with a few more to go, let's go with Man City. I'm going to have Man City in 3rd. Man City are back to their usual spot now, with how they play. The way they played this season, I have no idea what's happened. They've dropped form a lot. I mean, Rose has been off injured, but came back near the end of the season. That cannot be the reason just because of Rodri. If it is, then that's a bit selfish, is that? I mean, I know Rose is a really good player, but if Man City's form is dropping because of him, then it's a bit selfish of Man City, is that? Because there has to be other reasons why Man City's not playing that well. I mean, for definite, their worst game was definitely at home against Tottenham when they lost 4-0. That's definitely their worst game they've had this season. That will know the 5-1 loss against Arsenal, but let's not talk about them too. But I'm having Man City in 3rd for this season. Getting back to where they got. They have signed a few more players though. They've got a Wolves left back, Ryan Altnova, and then 2 other players. I'm not sure what they're called though, but Man City are doing business at the moment in the transfer window. On Liverpool, I forgot to mention, Liverpool have signed Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for 116 million. Right, the next one, guys, let's go with Brighton. A massive well done to the new manager, Fabian Huzela. First season in the Premier League. He gets Brighton in 9th. The youngest manager in the Premier League, who's like 32 or something. Brilliant from Brighton. Brighton have given me confidence that they're going to finish in the top 10. And I think they will. I'm going to have Brighton in 9th. I think Brighton will have that confidence again to go and do their business again. Europe, I don't think the form's up for Europe, but they are up for top 10 though, but probably not for Europe. But I'm going to have Brighton in 9th to finishing. Next, let's go with Leeds United. It's a bit of a struggle for my own team because Leeds United just come up. Now people will be thinking, oh, they're gonna go straight back down. Now that may be a thing. That's if they don't sort out their squad. Now that's what's happened for the last 2 seasons, where Burnley, Sheffield United, Luton Town, Leicester City, Ipswich Town, and Southampton have gone up, but not made any progress to their team. Not made any signings to help with their team. Because we've had 2 seasons in a row where promoted teams have gone up and gone back down. Now, I don't want to see that for a 3rd season in a row, because if that does happen, then I'll be confirming that the Premier League is much more evil and harder for promoted teams. But Leeds United are currently doing business at the moment. They've already signed Lucas Metcalf from Wolfsburg on a free transfer on a 2-year deal, who is coming on the 1st of July. His current contract ends on the 30th of June over in Wolfsburg. But they are looking... They're signing that Bija player from Udinese. I don't know his actual name. I think it's Buji from Bija or whatever. For Udinese. And that's not confirmed yet, but Leeds United, don't know. Under Daniel Farke, it's concerning because I don't want them to do what happened against Norwich, because when Daniel Farke came up with Norwich, he ended up going back down. But that was because Norwich City did not give him the money that he needed to sign quality players for the Premier League. That's why. I'm going to have Leeds United in 16th for this reason. I think that what this is about is Leeds United just fighting for survival. Other than that, Leeds United just need to find their way through. Next, let's go with Sunderland. I'm going to have them rock bottom. There's a reason for that. The playoffs, well done for winning the playoffs, but they were lucky. They were lucky to win the playoffs, especially in the semi-finals. I mean, they got a gifted winner, and then a last-minute 120 plus 2 in the second leg to get through. And their form was well off in the championship final, and they somehow won it. So they have been pretty lucky. But if they continue to play like that, then it's going to be rock bottom for them, and I think that's what may happen. But if there's already trouble for them at the moment as well, because they've now lost Joe Bellingham, who was a key player for them, and he's now gone to Borussia Dortmund. I'm having Sunderland in 20th. I'm sorry, Sunderland fans. But remember, share your thoughts, guys. Don't be like, oh, how dare you put someone there. It's my prediction, not yours. Share your predictions in the comments. It's just a bit of fun, guys. It's an early prediction. It's not happened yet. Premier League's not happened yet. We haven't seen what's happened yet as well. This is an early prediction. Okay? Next, let's go with Brentford. Now, Brentford have lost Thomas Frank, who has been an excellent manager for them. Got them promoted in 2022 via the playoffs. Was it playoffs or top 2? I can't remember. It was back in 2022. No, 2021, sorry. But because they've now lost Thomas Frank, it's going to be concerning as that. They finished in 10th. It was either 10th or 11th they finished. I don't remember last season, but because of the form, I am going to have Brentford to survive. But I'm going to go 15th. I think Brentford need to find the new manager first, have the bounce back and that. And they should find a new manager. But they haven't signed any players yet, though. But let's now move on to Aston Villa. Aston Villa is a world-class team. Well done for Europa League. But do apologise for missing out on Champions League. That is awful on goal difference. Aston Villa, for me, Europe, definitely. You have definitely got the right manager. Take that. Unai Emery is amazing for your team. Quality fans, quality ground. Villa Park is amazing. Even though I don't support the team, but I do love the team as well. It's very hard because I've got Arsenal in 2nd, Man City 3rd, Newcastle 4th. The thing that concerns me with Aston Villa is their away form. That's what concerns me. When I analyse the performances from the teams, I take a look at some of them like Aston Villa. Their home form does not concern me at all. It's the away form that does concern me. For that reason, I'm going to have Aston Villa in 5th. Because I think the away form has been very concerning for them at the moment. But if they get their away form, back in good mood, they should finish in like 3rd or 4th. Wait, where are we next? Let's go with Burnley. We'll go Burnley. Burnley is super hard now to predict because they are too evil for the Championship. Very, very hard for the Championship. It's a case of 15 to 17 for relegated, but their defence has been good. But there's a thing, if they lose Trafford, that could be concerning. I know James Trafford has been in the Premier League before, but he wasn't that great because of Burnley's defence. But with this one, though, I don't know. I like to be proven wrong, Burnley fans. But if you still had James Trafford, I'm not entirely sure, but I would have had you in 17 for me. But because James Trafford is uncertain at the moment, I'm going to have Burnley in 19th for that reason. If he stays at Burnley, I may have Burnley as 17th, but at the moment, but for my prediction, I have to put Burnley as 19th for that reason. So I'm sorry, Burnley, but remember, share your thoughts, guys, and get involved. Next, let's go on to Man United. I have never seen Man United play the same as they've played a bit better than Tottenham, I'll say that, but never seen them play this bad. They continue to play like this, could be happening again. They haven't got the right form. I just don't know what to say about Man United. I just don't know what to say about them. Because for the first time in their history, they're not playing Europe. I'm going to have Man United in 11th for that reason. I just don't know what to say about Man United at this rate. They're making signings with Emi Martinez, which is going to be, that could be good for them, but a problem for Aston Villa. I didn't mention his name, sorry, Aston Villa fans. But yeah, Emiliano Martinez could be a fatal problem if he leaves Aston Villa. Well, it's actually confirmed that he's leaving, which is not good at all for Aston Villa. So they need a new goalkeeper. And Aston Villa do need to sign a new number 9. Unless they sign Marcus Rashford on a permanent transfer from Man United. But that's not been confirmed yet. He went to Aston Villa on loan. But that's not big. Permanent transfer is not confirmed yet. Right, down to 5 more teams. Let's go with Wolves. 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 I'm going to have them 17th. Wolves have impressed me and finished in 13th, but it did look concerning on how they played this season. They could have gone down if they didn't improve their form. But I think this season is going to be looking around surviving again for Wolves. So I'm going to have Wolves in 17 for you. They haven't had any transfer business yet, but they need to start, improving. Share your thoughts, Wolves fans, and say where do you think you're going to finish. Let's move on to Tottenham. Why did I mention Tottenham? What has happened to Tottenham Hotspur? Where's the original Tottenham variant that I know? What has happened to their form? They finished in 17th. 11 wins, 5 draws, 22 losses. What has happened there with Tottenham? Well done for winning the Europa League, though. But what has happened there? You finished in 17th. Fighting for relegation. A Big 16 cannot be seen doing that again. That was embarrassing. The Premier League was embarrassing last season with what happened with bigger teams. But they now got Thomas Frank, which is good. He's a good manager. Concerning for Brentford, yeah, it is. Tottenham, I'm saying Europe, but 7th. I don't think they'll go with Europe with Thomas Frank. Not the right pace, not the right manager probably. Maybe for Europa League or Conference League, probably not Champions League. Let's move on to Chelsea. I'll have them in 6th place. They've gone back to their normal mode, back when they had a crisis back in 22-23, finishing in 12th, and then get back to their normal mode when they have Enzo Maresca in and that. Let's talk about Bournemouth, guys. Bournemouth have been very good, but they finished in 11th last season. I'm going to put Bournemouth. I'm going to have Bournemouth in 12th. Bournemouth, I want to say congratulations on the double against Arsenal. I will say that. That's one thing that has really shocked me. Very. And also a massive win against the champions, the former champions. Anthony Areola, great manager. Could be concerning though for the left back though if they lose Milos Kerkez, because he's on a potential transfer to Liverpool, but no confirmed yet at the time of this recording. But Bournemouth have been a very brilliant team, and the smallest stadium in the Premier League as well, like 11,376 or something. The smallest ground. Question to you, Bournemouth fans. Has there been any plans with the Bournemouth Stadium? Are they going to like increase the capacity? Because there's only 11,000 fans that go to that stadium, which is very tiny. It's like a League One stadium. Not to be rude, but the capacity is like a League One stadium. Right, let's move on to the final team, guys. And Fulham, 13th. Fulham in 13th. They have been average this season, but better at home. Away, they have been average away. Again, a bit concerning. Bernard Leno, good goalkeeper. Marco Silva, a brilliant manager as well. Can be concerning sometimes with that team. Not always, but sometimes. But that does bring it, guys, to the end of my early Premier League predictions for the 2025-26 season. I've got Liverpool as champions. Second place, Arsenal. Third, Man City. Fourth, Newcastle. Aston Villa 5th, Chelsea in 6th, Tottenham in 7th, Nottingham Forest in 8th, Brighton in 9th, Crystal Palace 10th, Man United 11th, Bournemouth 12th, Fulham 13th, Everton 14th, Brentford 15th, Leeds United 16th, Wolves 17th, and then West Ham, Burnley and Sunderland relegated. Now, for me, West Ham is very concerning. Their form has just been down by these last 2 seasons. Their form has been completely down for West Ham. Burnley, I like to be proven wrong though by West Ham and Burnley. Share your thoughts on where you think you're going to finish, guys, in the comments, and get involved. Sunderland it's very difficult because the way they played in the Championship, it was very good at the start, but near the end it slipped. So I don't know. But that is my Premier League predictions there, guys. The early Premier League predictions. The next video we're going to be doing the EFL Championship early predictions. So come and stick in for that, guys. And that's going to be the end of today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel down below, guys, so you do not miss out on any more of football content coming up on this channel. Predictions, live watch-alongs, vlogs, and updates around managers. Anyways, goodbye, guys.